All right, all right. Oh wow, wow! Time really flies, and today is our third episode of the Raygacy show. And today I'm really honored. I'm really honored and to be in this special guest house to actually interview him, and also at the same time, um, this special guest is really amazing because he is not just a singer, not just a composer, not just a songwriter, but he is also an actor, okay, for his movie called Unbroken. And I'm really grateful for Eugene, okay, for actually inviting me to his show. Okay, this movie premiere just about 3 days ago. Yeah, all right. So now that I've actually said a little bit about him, okay, why not let us have Matthew to actually introduce himself. How about that? All right. So now let's welcome Mr. Matthew Quek.
Well, thank you, Mr. Reason, for inviting me to your talk show. It's an honor. Well, my name is Matthew Quek. I'm an educator first, actually. I'm an educator at heart. Been a teacher for both English and history for more than 10 years.
Wow.
And throughout the entire responsibility and juggling many duties of teaching and marking, I've also been dabbling in music, as Rayson has just said. I've been singing, composing, acting, and recently, yes, Rayson attended a movie premiere of Unbroken, Dao Weng, which is a movie where I was the executive producer, and I also had a special, very unique role in the movie as well. I also have been struggling with many difficulties, and that is why this movie was made based on my life story, to inspire those who have been struggling in the same manner which I have been.
Oh, wow, wow, amazing. So, wow, after watching your movie, right, I felt really, really inspired because, looking at how you went through your life at the early stages, it really made me feel bad. Hey, I also have my own struggles, right? But then again, when I look at your struggle, wow, when I compare mine to yours, it's like, wow, yours is way more than mine. And and wow, to be frank, I'm really, really grateful that you really made it through during your life, as a and just wanna ask you, right? Just now you said you had quite a tough time, right?
Yeah.
During your childhood days. Do you mind if you share with the audience that's watching right now, what kind of struggles do you have during your childhood days?
I said this story many times over, but it never gets old. Before my mother gave birth to me, she went into shock, and both my mother and I could have perished at birth because there was a certain kind of medical problem which caused her blood pressure to plummet. And at the time I was still in the womb. So during that period of time when her blood pressure went down to a very dangerously low level, both of us could have died. Fortunately, my dad felt something was wrong. He came in and checked and discovered that she was really at the brink of death. So fortunately, we were both rescued in the nick of time. But in that interim period with that low blood pressure, there was oxygen deprivation, which could then have led to this brain damage, partial part of my brain, especially in the left hemisphere.
Left hemisphere,
yes.
okay.
But at the point of time, I looked visibly okay. It only became more apparent when I was a toddler, learning how to read and to write. Then all the signs began to appear. But at the point of time, we're not very conscious of difficulties. We just thought either you're stupid or you're gifted. So if you watch the movie Jack Neo, I'm Not Stupid, well, I definitely fell into the stupid category. So I was slow in the most basic of tasks, whether reading, writing, coupled with the fact I was left-handed. So my mother had to sit down with me and hold my hand and go through every single character. And tying our shoelaces especially, which featured in the movie, was an arduous task. What would take about maybe 1 day for a person to learn, I would take about 1 month, and then after learning it, I will forget, and I have to refresh it all over again. So you can imagine the pain my parents had to go through.
Yeah, I know, right? And wow, to be frank, right, when you're talking about having to tie your shoelace, having difficulty. To be frank, I also had that kind of difficulty to actually tie my own shoelace. I had to learn really quite a long time as well. For those who do not know, I took about at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so, to actually learn how to do it. And I still needed my dad and my stepmom to actually help me out. And that was really, I'm really grateful that my parents have helped me, and wow, listening to the struggles that you had, right? It made me feel like, wow, I'm really grateful, and that I didn't go through what you have gone through, because if I put myself in your shoes, right, I'll feel very different, and also at the same time I'll feel very lost, because I believe there's a lot of people who bullied you back then.
Oh yes, definitely.
Oh wow, like what? Like how did they bully you?
Well, in primary school, I suppose kids can be pretty brutal when they don't have to pretend to be nice. So I think my whole childhood really took a standstill and a breakthrough came through in a sense in primary 6. Wow. Before that, I was just thinking everything was fine. Those who do good in life will always deserve a good ending. Just like Enid Blyton always says, one good turn deserves another. That was the illusion I thought, but real life is not like that. So in primary 6, I really saw at the tender age of 12, students would befriend others based on the potential, whether they thought that friend could get 4 A stars or not. So it's not due to the fact that they like you as a person, it's whether you got the ability to be able to be the cool kid of getting 4 A stars. And because I was one of the weakest students in the class, naturally I was ostracized, I had hardly any friends. But I could see even at the tender age, we were conditioned to think that a person's worth is how much you achieve academically and through other means. So everybody was seeking their worth in a sense through achievements. And I couldn't achieve in the sense that what they wanted to see. So it was a very lonely journey for primary school. Secondary school, I was in an all-boys school. Then boys without ladies around can be pretty savage, as people go through army might know as well.
Okay, true.
So in a boys' school, well, either you might be a very smart nerd, or you might be a hero, or you could be good in some other area. Well, I was not good in any of these areas. So naturally, again, I was the subject of much bullying. Some of my friends thought I was very kiasu, so to speak, because I had to go for a lot of extra classes to catch up. And so they said, oh, this person must be very super kiasu, Then some they even told me kiasu king, but they didn't realize I was struggling in the most basic things. So many years down the road, one of my friends, he remembered what I went through. In fact, he was at a movie premiere and he apologized for causing that pain, because he had no idea what happened then, you see. But later on he realized that this is a story and he was very apologetic about it, and he's still one of my good friends. But yeah, that was a very rare exception. Most of my friends just thought I was pretty weird. Teachers gave me a tough time when I asked questions as well. I still remember a science teacher, she told the whole class, look class, what is this idiot asking me in class?
Oh man.
And because of that, I told her I'll never ask a question again. So if you remember the movie, there was one scene where the characters...
Yes, correct.
Yes, so that line was taken from that context. So because of that, I didn't make it through my prelims. And then the teacher came to me and said, you got problems, you feel so badly. I was thinking to myself, wow, finally you realize, but it's a bit late, isn't it? It's prelims already.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so I would often go to the washroom or toilet and cry, which you also another scene in the movie you might have seen.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
If not for my parents helping me to reorientate my values and telling me constantly that what they really value is the character and the conviction of a person from within, which is very rare for parents to say in Singapore, I wouldn't have persevered all this while.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like having so much of difficulties in your life already, and still there are so many people pouring in by bullying you, calling you names, or even do the thing where you just remember that scene where the director, Mr. Kelvin, he loves that scene so much, and he was telling her daughters are also talking about it, where the flagpole incident.
Scene. That actually was from an earlier age before that. That scene was more like secondary school, but already in primary school I was at National Stadium and I was part of a uniform group. supposed to do the flag also, and I couldn't do it. So my friend told me, yeah, get away, you spastic, you're useless. So it was in front of the whole stadium with all the crowd there, so it was much more humiliating than the small scale you saw in the movie.
Okay.
But those words really stuck with me for a very long time.
Okay.
And even that scene you saw in the science lab, you saw one of the actresses saying that line, you're so stupid, you're stupid until like idiot like that. Those are the exact words. Yeah, those were actually based on real life instances.
Wow.
So even for the practicum in science like physics and chemistry, I hardly got any of my results correct. And I thought I'm not going to make it through any of my major examinations, PSLE, O levels. And often for the prelims, I won't make it either. So most people say hopeless case. And something miraculous will happen. The final examination, I will do much better than most people were expected. Even those who tormented me were surprised. Say, what, you got that kind of result? Then I was like, I can't believe it, Arnold. So I knew that it was more than just my own strength. It's definitely something much more than that.
Yeah, and especially when I saw the scene where you know you have always been a C/D student like me, you know, and then after that you became straight A's.
Actually, I wouldn't say straight A's lah. I had some A's and some B's and some C's.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but the truth is that this condition was a struggle throughout my life, even after schooling, going to army. So it won't go away. It will be with me for the rest of my life. And some people will not understand because it's an invisible problem. It's not so visible when you're sitting on a wheelchair. People know that you're handicapped.
Yeah.
You look normal,
yes.
but you act a little bit weird. People can't envision that. What kind of problem are you giving?
Yeah.
So why are you giving this strange behavior? Are you doing it on purpose?
Yeah.
So in the army especially, a lot of superiors and colleagues, platoon mates thought I was trying to be funny. And so there began the torment and blanket party, those usual kind of torture tactics.
So sorry to hear that, man.
That was a real awakening for me as well. The army was one of the lowest periods of my life. Again, when there are no ladies around, you see how guys can behave. From A levels, they are very civil, but once they go through the army, suddenly you see all the things coming out because they can curse, they can swear, they can be worse than savages. I begin to see that education does not really address the problem of the heart. It can give you lots of knowledge,
true,
but it doesn't mean you're a good person or a person who has compassion and empathy. And that is something I noticed as a teacher as well. I taught in many schools, and especially in schools that are more the higher caliber elite schools, the students have no lack of anything in terms of material, possessions, the best of education, best of whatever money can buy. But that doesn't mean that they've gone through difficulties, they have empathy for people who are suffering and struggling. And that is something that has really burdened me and convicted me. So I begin to see there's a disjunct between knowledge and between the cultivation of the heart.
Yeah. True. Wow. So wow. Okay. Well, you know, I mean, like, if I were you, right, you know, I might have given up, you know. But what made you stay put? You know, what made you not give up in life and keep going on until this date? You are a singer, songwriter, music composer. You also wrote a song for SG50, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Wow. I mean, you have went through so much and you have already bounced back so much. So what made you actually not quit?
But when you said I was down in the dumps, there were many moments in my life where I even thought about attempting suicide because I thought, what's the point? I mean, I can't achieve, I won't be a person of value in Singapore and this society. So I'll be a pariah and outcast everywhere I go. So no point carrying on, there's no meaning in life. But even at the tender age of 12 years old, when I was crying after a very bad case of failing my test, my dad and mom will often reiterate to me that what they really valued, because we also have a faith, and the faith also governs our values, and that when they told me about the heart and character, to me it didn't make any sense at that point of time. I mean, to a small kid, what you really want to see is that you're a cool kid, you got friends, you got popularity. So I won't see how will being honest or being empathetic give me an easier life. It won't change my life at all. My circumstances won't change. So I thought it was just pure nonsense. But as I grew on in life and with experiences, I began to realize what they say is very true. And those true friends who stick with you sometimes are not those who are really able or very cool, but those who are also fellow sufferers who may be outcasts as well. And the strange thing was when I was in the army, my closest friends were those from the primary 6 dropouts, those who were considered the Ah-bengs, the loan sharks.
Okay.
And strangely, ironically, not the A-level people. I came from JC, but again through JC, I noticed the ones who were tormenting us were from there, and some of them also were my platoon commanders, and one of them is going to become a doctor, a medical student, and I portrayed his character too in the movie. So we never thought, how could he be a doctor when he actually enjoys torturing people? He came from a very elite premium school. So we begin to see that again, it's a topsy-turvy irony inversion of what we know as good school, good kid. It doesn't always occur that way, in fact. And it really opened my eyes to see that maybe my calling in life is that when I go through all these things, maybe in the future, if I ever get through all this, I can help people like me, because I know what it's like to be ridiculed, to suffer, to be outcast, to be tormented. But I wouldn't say that my struggles are over. In fact, having gone through about 8 albums, composing songs, singing as well, I met a lot of opposition even in Singapore, in the music industry. I mean, there are various things in the industry that only people in it know what's really on about. And it's not easy. It's not truly based on whether you're really talented. It's based on whether your connections, who you know, how much money you have. And it's not just because you're sincere, you create music, suddenly you're just going to get through. But some people also may find it difficult also because they see that this person like me also, I have my idiosyncrasies. I'm a bit weird as well, so they may think this guy is trying to be funny as well. Then they might even ostracize you. So all these things mean that even though I do bounce back, it's a matter of realigning myself to what I mentioned in the movie about this thing called the center of gravity. The movie is called Dao Weng in Mandarin, which means the roly-poly toy that comes back to the center. And I asked the audience during the movie premiere, what is your center in life? If it's based on results, well, results come and go. One day you might crash really badly and does that mean your life is over? Or is it because of your relationships, one boyfriend, one girlfriend dumps you, that's it, life is over? Or your riches, one night the stock market crashes and then you're worth nothing. Is that all it means to life? So if it's really governed to external validation and circumstances, then you're going to be very easily affected. But if it's something intrinsic, something much deeper, then whatever life tosses at you, you have something to govern and strengthen you. And that is my answer to what you asked about how I persevered. It's a team effort, it's definitely not me. Because of the affirmation from loved ones and parents, including my wife now as well. But it's not for the inculcation and helping of that mental and emotional and the heart mindset. I would not have persevered. I would have just given up, gone wayward, maybe become a rebel, maybe become very, very reactive against various people. I told you about my teachers who ridiculed me in secondary school, but there were 2 teachers who changed my life in JC. Even though I was struggling, I was doing badly. In the movie, they showed 2 teachers who encouraged my character.
Basically that was by Abigail Che, right?
Abigail Che,
local comedian.
That's right. And also her co-actress actually had a good chemistry. So those represented the teachers who changed my life. They saw the moral effort I put in. I was not doing very well at my test, even though I was doing humanities. I thought not doing maths and science. I did maths still, maths C is compulsory. But even then also I was struggling with my humanities subjects. I was slow compared to my other classmates who were pretty cool, spoke very well, were very popular. But I was struggling. But my teachers treated me as a person, not a results churning machine. And because of that, it changed my perspective of teaching, you see.
So that's where you joined
that's why I became a
teacher,
teacher,
right?
and I took on history to honor the 2 teachers especially who changed my perspective of teaching, and also the choir teachers in my college who helped me a great deal. They got me on the path of singing, and they saw a scene where the character Quek, when he sang Majula Singapura. I was asked to sing the national anthem in school. They had auditions for a certain group of people to sing, and our school had a strange tradition where you sing the national anthem without musical accompaniment. So you just sing Marikita 1, 2, 3. The whole school has to sing with you. So if like Hokkien you say Zao Xia, if you Zao Xia, the whole school will have, they will know. They may not Zao Xia, but they will laugh at you. Because most people don't sing the national anthem anyway. Or they even know how to say the pledge, because most of them would just go through the motions. So we had a roster about 3-4 guys. Sometimes my friends would forget to turn up. And so by default, I happened to be the main one, kept singing I had to be one singing national anthem almost every day. So I became known as Mr. Majula Singapura in the school because of that.
Because of that.
But it gave me my first taste of public singing. And how to encounter and deal with stage fright. So that was my baptism of fire in that sense. How I slowly began to sing and realized that I was given a gift in this area. But even while singing, I noticed also there are many struggles I had to go through as well because of my coordination issues. I couldn't coordinate certain parts of my singing, and it took me a long journey to sift through, find different ways of singing, different ways of different schools of thoughts, and that became my journey of researching. So I suppose sometimes when you go through these difficulties, it causes you to think that are there any easier ways to approach it, make it simpler for myself, and that helped me in my teaching as well. Because when I figure out how to make things simpler, it helps me to make it simpler for my students. So especially when I teach the slower students, and I simplify the essence for them, they suddenly see the light and say, hey, isn't that tough actually if you simplify in that way?
Yeah, true. I mean, in life, there's so many things that we think is tough, like earning X amount of money to in order to buy a house in Singapore, or even to the extent of just getting an A for a subject. Many people would think that, hey, it's so tough, man. It's so easy for this guy, for that guy, but not me, you know. But after your sharing, I believe those who are viewing it right now would have realized that, hey, actually, there's not just so many struggles that we're gonna have in life. I mean, like everywhere we go, we'll have a lot of obstacles and everything. But definitely there will be a certain solution to it, right? Like everything can be, most of the things I would say can be solved as long as you are willing to actually learn to actually how to tackle it and gain support. Like for you gain your resiliency through a lot of obstacles, and also at the same time with the nurture of your parents, with the support of your two teachers that were there, the pivotal figures who were there for you, and some of your friends, I believe, were also part of your journey towards who you are supposed to be, and they have already helped you along the way to actually find your passion in life and your talent as well, which is singing, music composing, and etc. So I believe it took a while, right?
In fact, I'm still a work in progress. So all the techniques I've learned about simplifying, as I've taught students from all the way from normal academic to special to express, I had to continually refine them and learn from feedback as well, because not everything you develop may also resonate with other people. So sometimes you might get nasty feedback from people who don't get it too, and it can be very hurtful because as a teacher you want to help people, but not everybody's going to be grateful at the same time. So teaching is another giving profession that really opened my eyes to see that being a parent, sacrificing for others out of sacrificial love is a painful thing. But the other way, of course, is you shut yourself out and you not invest in helping anybody and just be a cold, distant machine. But you never grow, you never learn as a person, you never be somebody who can impact other people's lives for good. So it really forced me to think outwards instead of always looking at myself and say, oh, I'm so useless, my life sucks, everything's about me. It took me some time to get out of that mentality of defeat and bitterness, and being able to think more outwards about people's welfare and people's problems. It helps you to be a better person as well, because you know that there are a lot of people going through much worse than you. I mean, for me, I had good parents who helped me to see life as it should be. I had some good teachers in JC. I had some good friends who helped me as well, which we call ourselves the Lonely Man Club at that point of time. Because we're one of the outcasts, we're not the cool guys, right? So we consider ourselves the Lonely Man Club, and then we always think three or four of us will be standing against a multitude of people who are always bullying us. So we often use these humorous ways and different ways to get through these problems, but there needs to be an anchor still, because friends may come and go. Teachers may also be benevolent, or they might even ruin your interest in the subject. So if that anchor isn't there from within, it's very easy to change to a different person. Like in the army, I saw people who appeared so civilized initially in JC, but they can behave like worse than savages in the army. So they can say, and Rome do as the Romans do. But truly, if that is the kind of situation, then that person whom is so savage and so horrible in the army, when they go to school back in university or so, they can be very gentlemanly again. But the poor lady who gets to marry them, they only know the true picture much later. Because that's a facade most of us put up for our different school selves, work selves, home selves. But that's not who we really are, you see.
Yes. Especially when people who want to fake it till they make it at times, they want to pretend to be really, really good. They want to get the girls the girls kind of approval. They become the alpha male.
Even when I was in the teachers' college, which we had to go through called NIE for 1 year training, that was also a ground where a lot of people were seeking for their future spouses. So even then, people were competing, and then even during our lesson observation, somebody would try and sabo somebody else to make themselves look good so that this girl would choose them. Wow. So I think human nature at the crux of it from beginning when you're a small kid to an adult is quite similar in the sense we are quite selfish. You're going to teach a child to steal a toy from somebody and say it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. It's instinctive. Then in adult life we find some other things we want to spend and say it's mine as well. And we're not be willing to put somebody else down just to get what we want, you see. So it could be wealth, it could be job, it could be something that you desire but somebody's in your way, you just got to get rid of them. So that is the ruthlessness that's instinctive, and it takes a lot of moral courage to step out of that and to be something else, because if you want to be a sacrificial and loving person, you may be at a disadvantage, so to speak, compared to others who are more unscrupulous. But do you have the courage to say that? For example, in the army, there was one instance where one of my platoon mates was saying to me at the very end, last few days of our BMT, they said, we didn't hear you using all the Hokkien words like "cao this, cao that." Then, can you just say, just for us to hear a little bit how it sounds like? Then I said, I'm not angry, what should I say? just say. I mean, all us been saying so often, you just say lah. I said, no, I don't think I want to say. I mean, what's the point, right? I need to just say it for the sake of saying it. So you have a choice to make, whether you want to follow the crowd and bend in the wind, like everybody does, or do you want to stick onto your convictions? It'll be painful, but at the end of the day, you'll emerge a much better person. Because those who evaluate will see you for who you stand for and what you stand for. You may not be the best soldier, you may not be the best shooter, you may not be the best recruit, but you'll be somebody whom they can trust. And like I said, those people from the primary 6 dropouts and all that, they know who are their true friends. Because they'll test you to see who looks down on them, you see. So if you really treat them as good people and friends, they really will value the 讲义气 kind of thing in Mandarin, they treat you as true friends. And then they say all this A level or air level, they also bend in the wind. It benefits them, they be nice. If not, they look down on you because you're uneducated. So that really made me see that, actually these people, they are very streetwise. They went out to work at an early age. But they know what true friendship means. They value people who treat them as people. And those teachers who treated me as a person changed my life, so you see. So that's my kind of mission, to use music, use teaching, whatever tools that's given to me in my limited capacity, to help people to see the true person and to be a true person who's consistent. Not someone who keeps changing whenever circumstances keep changing.
We are not men of masks. We don't always wear masks, What I believe, like what you said, is that we have to be authentic. We have to be authentic towards people. It doesn't matter whether are they your fans, your followers, your haters. We still have to be authentic, because in life, the true joy of being you is just by being you. The true joy of living a life, that's full, that's to the fullest, I would say, is by living as who you are, or even the best you. Because if you do not, you do not like, you do not love yourself. You just when I'm with a bunch of friends who are Abings, or I'll become like Abing, and then when I'm with a group of gentlemen, I'll just be like a gentleman. No, that's not what it should be, right?
Well, actually, you can actually adopt certain lingos to get close to certain people and all that. True. But at the heart of it, are you a person who's trustworthy, who will be there for them and all that? So that's the heart of who you are. So to strip away all the veneers of pretense or that, I mean, sometimes we have different mannerisms for different contexts which is appropriate. But at the heart of it, what kind of person you truly are. And to be authentic also means to be authentically bad or authentically good. If you're really a nasty person, you can pretend for some while, but later on, who you truly are, is your rotten egg, it becomes very obvious pretty soon. True. So the pretense can only go on for so long. But those who spend time with 24/7 will know who you really are. And especially, there's nothing as good as marriage to bring out the true self when you live 24/7 with a person. All the warts and all the ugliness comes out. And that's why a lot of people discover, even my students also, some of them are married now. When your students get married, you feel pretty old, because you see a whole cycle, and then some of our teachers may not be married yet, but our students get married and even have kids already. So you do feel a little bit old, but it's a sense of satisfaction also to see some of my students who are teachers now even. Some of them even came from the movie premiere and help out as ushers, and they are teachers now. So they even remember the techniques I taught them also, how they use it in their secondary school, JC, and even varsity.
Wow.
And I was surprised to see that the simple techniques I taught can be used by the students in different contexts, and some even went overseas and taught in overseas schools using the same techniques.
Wow.
So that amazed me and said that even someone with difficulties like me, so handicapped, can use simple techniques and it can change people's life and they can remember so many years down the road. And they can use it to help other people as well. So when you see it being passed on, then you see, that's the meaningfulness of life, you see. It's not about this grabbing. We often want to grab things as Singaporeans, grab good stuff, grab best tuition, grab best result, grab this, grab that. Now about grab taxi, grab it. So the mentality is grab. Then if you're grabbing, somebody's going to get killed in the middle of it, and then who's going to get killed? Who are the casualties?
Yeah, true. So that's what we call as a kiasu, kiasi, and whatever kia there are, that kind of mentality, which are not the best mentality if you want to have your child or yourself, to be one of the top, the elite in your industry, be it nursing, be it banking and finances, be it the sales line and everything. You cannot be always kiasu, kiasi, whatever. You have to go. You have to follow like what we have shared earlier on, and on all these topics that we have shared, even the past few episodes as well that we have. So I mean, in life, it's always about how you overcome your struggles. It's not always about what kind of struggles you are going to face. I mean, it's okay to have certain struggles in life, like for some instances, maybe short of cash, short of love. Maybe the guy or the girl needs some love from maybe a boyfriend or girlfriend, but they are so desperate, But hey, what I've learned from Matthew was that, hey, you know what? We have to go back to our center of gravity, right? We have to find ourselves first. We have to know ourselves first. We have to love ourselves first before we go and find someone else. We are not those desperados that's gonna just get any girl that's coming your way. No. We are someone that we want to be who we truly are and who we truly want to be, and to actually become better in our lives, and we can maybe pass down certain teachings, like what you have been doing, so well, I just want to ask you, like, after going through all this, right, have you ever thought like giving up?
Many times, as I mentioned before, I thought of giving up many times. I'm a person who's a little bit more emotional. So, because the left side of my hemisphere, my brain is more to do with spatial reasoning, mathematical and scientific. So that part was very underdeveloped because of the damage that was caused through my mother going into shock before I was born. The right hemisphere was a part to do with music and to do with expression. So in that aspect, I was better in speech, drama and music. But that also makes you a little bit more emotive. So when you are sad, you do get really sad. When you're depressed, you do get more depressed than most people. So when people start whacking you and bullying you, you definitely feel the effects much more than, let's say, other guys who just very astute and they're very, very zen and say, okay, I'll just deal with it. Most guys will forget after some time, but I suppose the right hemisphere being overdeveloped makes me a little bit more attuned to emotions. So many times I thought of giving up or even striking back at the people who have hurt me a great deal. I would have this thinking that one of these days I'm going to come up with some elaborate scheme to get my revenge, just like in that movie, that boy said, I'll throw you into that sandpit, I'll make sure you fall into the sandpit like me. So I often think, I must get back to people to show them that they're wrong. But the more I responded that way, I was consumed by the bitterness and the hatred, and it turned me into an ugly person. So I realized the only person who's going to get affected badly is myself.
True.
And if I let these things consume me, they would have won. So that will be giving them the victory that they wanted exactly. So I had to learn to surrender these dreams of mine, the dreams of being popular, the dreams of being accepted, the dreams of being a successful person, as most people will evaluate successful in terms of its definition. And I had to find that success is more in terms of whether I touch people's lives, whether I help somebody who is struggling, whether I help people to find meaning in their life. And that kind of success, it cannot be quantified as having the KPIs and all those work reviews that we often have. And that's the part that in our system we became so obsessed with extrinsic measurements, we've lost track of the intrinsic. And many generations have gone through that entire grind and machinery. And having gone through that, some of them even become future leaders, either in the civil service, in the army, in the private sector. And my main worry is that because of this lack of moral inculcation, it's a vacuum. They have the skills, they have the knowledge, they know what to say before the scholarship board to get the scholarship. But later on, we see all these major scandals, papers, how people who are at certain high positions, suddenly we discover they've been doing a lot of nonsense behind their spouses' back. But these things didn't begin overnight. It didn't begin suddenly. It was overnight. It was a long process of hiding, long process of concealing. Then when they got through all the different kinds of barriers of examinations, got their scholarships, then later on the true colours emerge. So I feel this film, I hope to create a mini revolution from within, where we begin to think much differently what success really means. We begin to look at the criteria for leadership much more differently. We even had students before who have gone through, they were the cream of the crop, creme de la creme as we call them, but later on they became overseas scholars who discovered that they were involved in something very shameful, and then they had to be shamed publicly, came back to Singapore, they still did something very shameful. So the parents, the loved ones, all of them will suffer because of this. But because it was not arrested or nipped in the bud, but we thought, oh, never mind, since they're brilliant, they're clever, let them through it. Maybe eventually they will come round. But these things don't just, it has been nipped in the bud from young. And it has to be dealt with, painful as it may be, it has to be dealt with. And not just pat on the back and say, oh, it's okay, it's alright. Some things, if you really love a person, discipline, punishment have to come to it because you learn from it. And that's how you learn from it and become a better person. You realize the danger of it. So you help others to avoid the same pitfalls. So you can be a very intelligent person, very able, but you can be an intelligent scumbag, an intelligent cheat, an intelligent murderer, an intelligent serial, maybe a psychopath. Because you use intelligence in the wrong way. So we live in dangerous times with internet now, interconnectivity. Danger comes in different forms now, and people with intellect can use this in dangerous ways as well. So we're given different gifts. I've been given this gift as well. It can come, it can go. But what matters, of course, is how I use the gift, what kind of person I am, and that will determine how the gift is used to help people.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's truly inspiring, man. I'm really grateful that you're here live with me, sharing about all those life experiences and your golden nuggets, your advices for those who are watching right now. To be frank, right? I really love your story, your story and your movie, and I would highly recommend everyone to watch his movie. Okay, and you can actually look at the link below. Okay, the link is actually below. You can actually watch it, and you can actually connect with him. Okay, and request for the screening.
But I also gave you the links to the trailer, and the music video of the movie will be out in a few days' time on YouTube as well.
Wow, nice. And I remember that was performed by you as well.
I composed the song.
Wow.
I actually, to be fair, I wrote the English lyrics because my Mandarin is still a work in progress. I've been working on my Mandarin, but I grew up in an English-speaking family, so I had someone to help me in the Mandarin translation, and she did an outstanding job. Her name is Corinne Tang. They're part of United Records Music, so they helped me also in my SG song, 50 song, which I sang for my wife for an anniversary called Grew On Me. They also helped me to put a music video on that, and we entered into the 联合早报 microfilm. We won the top 5 finalists as well.
Nice. That makes me even more honored, to be here, to have you in this show as well. And
actually, the honor is mine to have this platform to share, because I don't often get a chance to share this kind of experiences I had as a teacher, as a student. So the honor is mine to be part of this show.
Thanks,
really.
man. Likewise. So, now that we are coming to the end of the show, let me ask you, if today, is the last day of your life right now, what would you want to share with the audiences that's watching the show right now?
Well, this may sound cliche, but the motto that's got me through in my life, and I believe is embodied in the movie, is that the true worth of a person is not based on your achievements, but who you are. And if this is the last day of my life, I hope I managed to impact as many people as I could positively in that direction. Be it through the movie, be it through music, be it through various actions, but most importantly through my life.
Oh wow.
That is the main legacy I hope to leave behind.
Oh nice. Wow,
Yeah.
wow. Okay. So okay, now that we have come to the end, okay, of the show, right? I would like to really thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for appearing on this. And okay, I would like to ask, where can the people find you? Like, what is your social media social media? So you can share
Okay.
over here.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm on various media platforms.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me on YouTube. You just type Matthew Quek, and you'll probably be able to find my YouTube channel there.
Mm-hmm.
You can also find me on Instagram under the username mquek7, as in MQUEK7, as in the number 7 in one word.
Okay.
You can also find me on Facebook. You just need to type Matthew Quek online, and my
Okay.
fan page will also be available on Facebook as
Wow,
well.
nice. And
Yeah.
and okay, then how about Unbroken? Does it have a link as well? Like
Currently, we're working together with
Mhm.
Kelvin Sun Productions, KSP, the one that helped to organize the movie gala as well.
Mhm.
We're working on perhaps having a platform or Facebook page or fan page for
Mhm.
Unbroken. So
Oh,
we're
nice.
still a work in progress. But in
Mhm.
the meantime, you could contact me through the email which Rayson has kindly typed in this top caption of the Facebook Live.
Yep,
You
yep.
could contact me through that, and then we
Mhm.
can keep you in contact, in touch
Mhm.
with the latest developments with regard to our mission to
Yes.
bring this movie and a message across
Yep.
to Singaporeans and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, and last but not least, just to let you know, there are so many actors, actresses that's in the show as well. So this is a worthwhile movie as well. Not just it's inspiring, it's star-studded because it has local actors like Nick Shen. It has Abigail Che, the comedian, local comedian. It has many more as well, and also at the same time, it has this amazing director called Kelvin Sun, who did the Chinese New Year movie as well.
The Fortune
The
Handbook.
Fortune Handbook,
Yeah.
with Li Nanxing, Christopher Lee
Lee.
as well,
Mark Lee too.
Mark Lee, the three Lees,
Yeah, three Lees, yes.
so wow, it's and I'm really grateful for all these people that's watching with us, John, Paul, Tan, Roderick, Mei Hua, SG100 founder Tay Kok Chin, chairman, and then Jason, Mei Chan, Aaron, Ming Yuan, Hersey, Mambuk, Justina Pio, Jackson, George Kenny, Cassandra, the 938 Live DJ,
Oh.
then Ricky Ong, okay, Mr. Fatu, Caden Chung is the cancer survivor and a value investing coach as well.
Oh.
And he has been appearing on many media platforms as well. Thank you very much for watching. Patsy, who is also the author and also motivational speaker as well. And Rika, Dan, Albert, Syed. Wow, thank you very much for watching this show. Thank you very much. So that's it for today, and I would like to wish everyone Selamat Hari Raya, and also at the same time have a great day ahead. And don't forget to follow this Raygacy show on my YouTube channel, The Raygacy Show, and also at the same time look out for me on Facebook, Rayson Chu, or my Instagram, Raygacy, Raygacy. Alright, so thank you very
I'll
much.
follow you too.
Wow, thank you. Me too. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.